Dear gastronomes, I've been spending the week on the beach here at el Port de la Selva, and I'm in no hurry to move on as there's so much to discover, such as today's local fish stew, the SUQUET de Peich, but also the natural wonders of this rocky headland called the Cap de Creus, the last buttress of the Pyrenees and the easternmost point of the Iberian Peninsula. Rumour has it that the monastery Sant Pere de Rodes is a must, so I set out for a leisurely stroll to find it. Oh dear, should have done some research. It's 517 metres above sea level. Still, well worth the climb once you're up there. The monastery from the 11th century is said to be one of the best examples of Romanesque architecture in Catalonia, but the views are unmatched. You'll know by now that Pete's Pans is not generally concerned with haute cuisine, rather tending towards basse cuisine, low cooking. Not low in the sense of quality, on the contrary, yet low as demonstrated by these Catalan fishermen preparing their fish stew, el SUQUET, over a fire laid on the rocks. The SUQUET is to Catalonia what bouillabaisse is to Provence. Recipes have evolved somewhat over the years, though all insist on the right variety of fish, the colourful Mediterranean rockfish, pêche de sopa, soup fish in culinary terms, pêche de roca, rockfish in natural terms. So those fishermen of old inspire me to light my own fire. This local guide to Costa Brava coastal cookery is well known and considered highly accurate and authentic by local cooks, and indeed the recipe for SUQUET is just as the locals have already explained. On this tray we have the ingredients for the stock, the flavour base that the larger fish and potatoes will be cooked in. Alternatively, instead of these small fry, the heads of the larger serving fish can also be used to make the stock. Over here are the ingredients for the dish itself. And here are the ingredients for the picada. This is the crushed up paste based on almonds that get crushed up in a mortar with garlic and is added right at the end that serves to thicken the sauce as well as to give a final kick to the finished dish. Not to mention the finest quality olive oil from the Alta Empordà region where we are, and this stuff ends up you know where, not in the SUQUET, though some cooks are not opposed to adding a drop. Here I'm asked if I need any assistance, to which I reply thanks, but I'm good to go.
No, tengo la receta clara, gracias. Perfecto.
Now here's a sweet local moscatel from the Alta Empordà. Salud! I heard somewhere along the line that cleaning fish in seawater both preserves them and contributes to the flavour. Who knows, but here goes anyway. So add your stock ingredients to the pot. I guess the bay leaf is more authentic, but I've got this bouquet of bay and thyme. No point in being more royalist than the king in these matters. In they both go. Make sure to clean the stock as it cooks, for 20 minutes or half an hour at most. Cover the bottom of the pot with olive oil. Don't overdo it. And typically of Spanish cookery, they start with the garlic, and only when this gets fragrant are the other vegetables added, green pepper and onion. As this cooks down, we can fry slices of bread. 4 pieces for the aforementioned picada, and 4 to be set aside and served with the dish. A little seasoning as the vegetables cook. The tomato is grated in this typically Spanish manner, and added to the veg once these are really soft. Cook all this mixture, known in Spain as a sofrito, or in Catalonia sofregit. Cook all this for another few minutes. Now, very importantly, so they say at least, is to break the potatoes in this manner. We don't want a clean cut. They claim more starch is released this way, which will thicken the sauce. In any case, it gives the dish a pleasant, rustic look. Now here's the picada. Make sure you really bash it down until it's totally pasty. This is crucial for it to serve as a thickener, not just to have lumps floating around. In this shot I still have a way to go. So pop in the potatoes and stir around for a couple of minutes. You can also add a small pinch of pimentón at this stage. The sepia, cuttlefish, or squid, is roughly cut up and fried vigorously for a moment. The fish stock is poured over the potatoes, but don't overdo it, otherwise the result will be too watery. The sauce should end up slightly thickened. Cover and cook for 5 minutes just to give the potatoes and the cuttlefish a head start. The fish are cut into serving chunks and added along with the langoustine. Gently stir in the picada and cover up for a final 5 to 6 minutes. Be sure to check for seasoning before serving the SUQUET. The remaining croutons get rubbed with garlic and a pinch of salt. Now, despite being alone once again, I'm actually quite a happy man, you know, because I feel the fishermen of El Port de la Selva would approve of my SUQUET. Join me again as I continue my quest to catalogue all the greatest regional specialities from all over France, Spain and Portugal. Bon profit!